Welcome to Cyberholic tutorial 2.1.1. This is Croft aka Cyberholic and I'm still COVID positive. This is the third video that I'm doing today and I'm still COVID positive. So excuse me for any strange noises that I'm making while creating this video. This is going to be a short one, I think, like always. And we are going to install one of the best plugins that is out there available for Windows CMS. It's called Twig Extensions. Twig Extensions. For this we go to the back end and there you go to settings. Then we move on to updates and plugins on the left menu. Here we will be able soon, after my Raspberry Pi 400 starts to work. No, it's working. The CPU at 100%, memory at 95%. So install plugins. And the plugin that we are going to install, as I mentioned, is called Twig Extensions. And it extends the available is it called filters? I don't know. Attributes of Twig by many superb extras that you're definitely going to use once that you have installed it. So we search for Twig extension. I still don't know how to handle the, how is it called? The codes. Usually, you know, if you search for twig.extension, it should also be found depending on how the plugin was mentioned, how you call it, how entitled with the code. So, and as you can see, I still have this problem that I don't know where it does come from, but he found 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He shows me 5. He probably found more. But we take the first one by Vojta Svoboda. Hopefully, my friend, I have pronounced your name correctly. There is the code vojtasvoboda.twig-extensions. Excuse me for this small noise interruption. We will go directly into the documentation of the plugin. You can find that on the old October CMS marketplace. You can find the same documentation on the GitHub page of the extension. But where is it? Updates and plugins. It's installed? Yeah, it's installed. Twig Extensions. It's installed. I go to updates and plugins. There I will be able to see all my plugins. And then I click here on Twig Extensions. And there you will have like a small, no, the real documentation of, I would guess like 25 new options that allow you to enhance your Twig layout. So this is the extension and the documentation of the extension. Sorry, excuse me. And as you can see, I thought that somewhere there was this overview. Was it on changelog? No. Somewhere was some kind of overview of all the possible functions, but you can see it right here. These are now available within the code and within the markup of your website. So some of these, the code, was it down there? I think you could also use some, then I'm mixing this up for the translation plugin. But as you can see here, for example, you can dump variables, translate them, have the sessions coming from the cookies depending on how you set it up within Windows CMS. But these are the more professional ones. I already used this a lot, the var dump, so that you can, if you remember on the last video, you could see, even without dumping, I could tell him to show me the block categories. And this is what you can do with these Twig extensions. For example, you could format the time to whatever you want. As you can see here right now, you just make this, I think it's called the dash, and then with string time, you can define how the article date should look like. So if I go to my website, I will load it in the background so that we can go on with the filters. The blog. So that we can go on. You can set up things uppercase. I'm not going to, these are here, there. That's what I've been searching for. These are the filters that allow you to change the certain data or certain variables from within Twig. So for example, you could say uppercase the first letter, lowercase the first letter. You can shorten left or shorten right some text. It's really cool what you can do with all. You see it here. The documentation is also absolutely fabulous. Vojta, thank you so much for this. This is how a documentation should look like. So you see left trim, what I just mentioned. Instead of writing Jack, he just would remove the white space from and write all together. Otherwise it would be hello, I am, white space, Jack. Sorry. Here with string repeat, you can say a certain string. In this case, the word best should be repeated 3 times. So you have I'm the best. This is really absolutely fantastic. And if you have a multi-language website, where is it? Lowercase, altrim, truncate, because you have also some options for showing how time and currencies, etc., should be shown. Also for block system, time difference, where you could define, okay, instead of showing the date, you could show this post was published 5 days ago. We will do that in a second. And here you have the localized date, what I just mentioned. You have, coming from PHP, you have some predefined options where you can say, okay, short type. I'm just guessing right now because I don't know the exact output, but a short would be like 27.9.2022 and then the time. The medium would have Tuesday, 27.09 or November 2022. So these are different options to show you, we are just going to do it so you can see it. Why am I just gibberishing so much? So I just copied this and now I go to CMS. I open it up in a new tab so that we can really, sorry, so that we can jump forth and back. Oh, Raspberry Pi. Why is there so much pain in your RAM? Then we go to Cyberholic block. Let me go to the page at the same time. You see, currently the time is shown like this. I think it's the ordinary timestamp, year, months, day, and then the hour, minutes, seconds. So below this, so that you can see it better, I'm going to put it above. I'm going to put it first in here. I'm going to remove the icon and write it a new so that you can see it. Okay, so let me put a break row in here, a break. So go back to the plugin details because I copied everything, but in theory I should just copy the filter. Here it is, localized date, and put it in here. Right after your variable, coming from the post, published at, localized date, medium, non-locale. The locale, if you have a, sorry, if you have a multi-language website, and you use, for example, the Winter Translate plugin, then you could also use the active local, so that he he really knew what it should be like. I'm going to put in here DE for German just to see how it looks like. Trust me, you're going to learn through all this series of videos. You will be learning some German too, if you don't know German already. So where is it? Under first blog post should be the new date. New double dot. There it is. 26/2022 without the clock. So currently it is medium and none. This is for the date and this is for the time. So I'm going to put in here, I don't know if this is correct, but I'm going to put in here short. And in here I'm going to put long. You should you should check that out on the PHP documentation. Sorry, for the date function. I think it's the date function. All these tags, I'll call it tags right now, come from the date function from within PHP. And there it is. Now you see the long is 20. Juni 2022, 11:10 Uhr, 11:10, without the seconds. So if we just take a look at the, you here have the whole what you want to show, you know, none, short, medium, long, full. You can also set it up with what is it called? Hours, minutes, seconds, etc. For the purpose of this video, I'm going to take it. I think I'm going to leave it like that, so you can play around with that. 20. Juni, okay, 11:10. Okay, I like it like that. So you know what I'm going to do. Look what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to copy this. No, I'm going to write it. I'm such a lazy boy. Italic, I for I class gleich fitted calendar icon. Oops, that's a close the tag, get the I, and in here I'm going to put only the date in German. In German. So in here I put none and remove this one. Whoops, so this was too much. What's wrong with you? Where am I? Non-breaking space, dash, non-breaking space, semicolon. I'm going to copy this. So what I'm doing is I want to show the calendar icon, then show the current date. Here I'm going to show a clock icon and say at the date, instead of long, I say none. And here I make short. Okay? And non-breaking space number, something's wrong here. I can feel it. Yeah. The curly brackets is missing. Okay. And then this whole thing can be removed. So we have first the date with an icon, then the time with an icon, and then the category. So let's see how this looks like. Sorry. Whoa! What have I done to deserve this? So somewhere is something wrong. To see what I have done wrong, the first thing that I'm doing is, what's wrong here? Hasn't he loaded the whole CSS or what? This is art. This is how people create art. I don't know how I did it, but this is art. I want to sell it as NFT for 5 billion. So where's the error? Somewhere's an error in here and I don't know where. Subheader equals localization date DE. I don't know where the error is. So what I try to do, because I can't see it right now, I remove these both lines. Recursive error checking or whatever you want to call it. And see if this works out. Now we should just see the blog post. Okay, this works. So somewhere in here, maybe on the most right side, have I forgotten any div or whatever? Where is the error? iClass fitted calendar icon equal blah 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 blah. Okay, recursive. Then I'm going to remove this one. And can you remember that I like 10 minutes ago said this is going to be a short video? So where is it? Okay, there's something wrong and I don't know what. Localized date published at. Where is the error? Let me just see if I remove the NBSPs. I'm having some kind of fitted clock icon equals. It's closed. It's closed. Why does this not work? Let me remove this fitted calendar icon subheader. Okay, I will now inspect the tag right there and see where the error is. I might, I'm thinking of maybe some raw. Show it as raw. That can't be. So what do you have for me, Mr. Firefox? Mr. Firefox, what do you have for me? Why can't I inspect this? Thank you. So the subheader is defined. Fitted calendar icon. I have put everything inside the eye. That's the problem. Thank you, Mr. Firefox. So what I have forgotten is to close the I tag, the italic tag. So I'm going to bring up everything again and close the I tag here. Oh, Jesus. Life of a script kiddie on air. So now I've closed the I tags and now everything should be not italic anymore. So where are you? Come on. Come on, Raspberry. Yeah. Gosh, this is ugly. So I still don't know where the problem is because Jesus Christ. I just said it 2 minutes ago and committed the same error again. I have to close the I tag here because I don't want the time to be inside the icon. Sorry. So now if I save it and update it, it should work. I mean, literally you can see what I'm trying to do, right? You see there's the date, the time and the block, and I don't like that this is fitted because the calendar icon is currently quite too close to the date, so I'm going to put a space in here between of them and then update it. So this is how the Twig extensions work, and while he's updating the page, let's go back to the details so that you can see, or I can tell you what I use. Also, I used localized number already, especially with currency. If you have a shopping system, if you create an e-commerce website, then you can have with localized currency, You can have the numbers shown as euro or US dollar. I think US dollar, the first comes US dollar and then the value, and Europe is vice versa. You have this obfuscation thing where you can just, if you write an email inside your text so that robots don't catch it, you can obfuscate it. I still don't know how to tell that. So if you use the -mail to, then this is the result, so that robots won't really understand what they are copying and pasting there. Okay, so you really have a lot of things that you can use here, and for example, some sorting, so that you can sort a JSON object created with Twig. So this is really, really fantastic. From my point of view, this is one of the extensions, of the must-have extensions for the winter CMS. Now let's take a last look of the page. This is how it should look like. Now we have the time, the calendar date, the time, and the category, together with the text below, and then the link to the page that I have not set up yet. It's the details page. Okay, see you later.